are back with another ETS2 video. Just plain and simple, we're running the Range T again with 34 tons of industrial cable reel. So yeah. Also, one thing I want to be doing is testing out this, seeing if the frames drop, which they look to be holding fairly steady at the minute. I'm just gonna correct the webcam so you guys can see the steering wheel and gear stick a bit better. Brilliant. That looks a bit too awkward. Okay, so I tried to get a video out yesterday in regards to the game updates, everything like that, and Jesus Christ, we're never gonna get out of here. And for some reason, because I had the webcam running, thank you, good sir. And for some reason, whenever I had the webcam running on the overlay to run the wheel cam as such, the game just dropped frames on the game didn't, but Streamlabs dropped frames really badly. I don't know why. I was using a different truck to this one. I mean, at the minute, Streamlabs is running fine. I've also updated my graphics card driver, which that may have been an issue, because that hadn't been updated since earlier this year in April. So yeah, that's kind of a big deal, I suppose. That is probably what it was, but we'll do this run and then we will go ahead and get the other truck I was originally trying to record with and see if that works. So that's just a quick update. So apologies that this video is substantially late. Now just a number of things that I wanted to get into. Appreciate I've sort of just jumped into this video with you guys. You know, it's I'm not trying to delay as such with a gentle intro. We're just boom straight into it, not showing you what the truck is on the outside or anything like this. It's just boom straight into it. Just because obviously everything that I wanted to say in the past time I tried to record this, haven't been able to get it out, and then there's obviously new stuff. So yada 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 yada. Now I've actually had to write some stuff down, just because of the stuff that we've been I've had to look into updating as such, which is kind of annoying, but yeah. So first thing I wanted to come back to, guys, is obviously, as we all know, I'm working on a gaming setup. It's currently a work in progress, and it is getting its first official add-on sometime this month. Unfortunately, I don't know when, because I don't have a... Well, I do have an ETA, which is going to be the 25th of October. The date as of recording this video is the 6th of October. Most of my recordings come out a day after, or, you know, within... Most of my videos that I record, they will either come out a day or two after they've been recorded, guys, just for if I'm doing any editing, then that allows me to do some editing with it. Anyways, what is this piece of equipment? Well, if you guys were paying attention to, I think it was either the DAF heavy haulage episode, or it may have been the Range T episode when the Renault Range T officially came to ETS2, I'm not sure. But in one of those videos, because I can't remember, I did mention that one of the first things I was going to be purchasing was a thing called TrackHat, and it's basically just a cheaper alternative to TrackIR. We've got someone coming up our inside like a dickhead. Oh no, don't he's slowed down all of a sudden. Now, my initial reaction to that was, yeah, I'll get that as my first thing, because obviously, sort of when you're looking around and you're using the manual transmission, you're going from the mouse to the gear stick back to the mouse again. It does sort of throw you off a bit. I've actually gone off this now, and I am looking more towards, or what I've done instead is I've purchased what was going to be the number 2 list on my item, which was the Almar SKRS MAN shifter. So that is on the way. Last time I checked the tracking number, it just arrived in London from Miami, because I've had to purchase this from America. I purchased it off of eBay. I originally saw one which was going a lot cheaper and on eBay, and obviously the issue with eBay is that it's like it's bidding, so you can get into bidding wars with other people, and unfortunately the guy did that nasty trick of literally at the last second just did $1 more and won it. So fair play to you if you're watching this. But yeah, because I remember when I won this on I won this G27 off of an eBay auction, and you're just going to pull out in front of me. Nice one, dickhead. Guy won. I won this steering wheel off of eBay doing that same trick, but the thing is with that auction as such, for some reason if you did do a last second bid or whatever, it actually added an extra 2 minutes onto the bid, so it was just like, well, what's the point? So that's what I thought it would do. If the guy bid against me, then it would add another 2 minutes on. It didn't, unfortunately, and yeah, he literally got me by $1, a US dollar. I was just like, oh mate. So yeah, no, fair play. But I found another one for, not going to say it was a tiny bit more expensive, it was fairly expensive, but still, it was within budget, so it's like, yeah, fair enough, right, we'll go with that. So I've ordered that. Hopefully, I mean, the fact that it's in London now, I'm hoping it will be, it'll be arriving within the next couple of days, and I'll be really excited to see it set up. As you can see, I'm currently in channel with members from San Andreas' Finest. On the Discord on the left side of the screen there. But yeah, so I've got the SKRS shift, which means we can finally start putting our trucks onto the full 12-speed and 16-speed transmissions and gearboxes, which I'm really looking forward to. Oh, we got Virginia ahead of us here. Because it will be nice to actually... Oh, cheers dude. Literally right in front of me. Bell end. Right. But yeah, it'll be nice to actually start doing some more more stuff that's more interactive towards the game, really, because, you know, I've always been happy with the fairly simple stuff, an Xbox controller or a steering wheel as such, and I wasn't reluctant to buy the G27 for ETS2, but the one thing, like, because I was fairly determined actually, but the one thing that I knew was going to be an issue for me is if I bought the steering wheel, I'd probably go into wanting to buy more stuff as well. And yeah, henceforth now I'm buying Almar gear shifters, I'm looking at buying track hat, button boxes, all this sort of stuff I'm looking into now. I've got that bug, if you will. Yeah, it's a work in progress, guys, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, the main reason I was against, oh Jesus, why I was against buying track hat and why I went for the SKRS shifter first is because at the minute my setups, you know, you've got this background of my bedroom as such, and I'm going to be reorientating. I don't know, guys, but basically I'm going to be shifting the way it faces, so that you will see something it's basically just the back of my it's the front of my wardrobe, which is sliding doors. The issue being is that one of the doors has a mirror taped to it as such, or like attached to it, and unfortunately the way it's built is that once it's built it's not coming apart again, kind of thing. It's one of those deals. So unfortunately what the plan is to get something like just a black screen or black. Oh, whoops. Oh, it's not necessarily. Thank you, sir. But just to get a black screen as such, or sorry, like a black cloth. I don't know, which basically it just forms a backdrop, similar size to a green screen. Well, I wouldn't do a green screen because I wouldn't even know where to start with those. And to be honest, I mean, me personally, they feel like they're a lot more fuss than they're worth. But that's literally just my personal preference. I'm not saying that they are. Just my personal preference. I like to keep things fairly simple. Like I say, I'm the type of guy that will happily play ETS2 on an Xbox One controller or Xbox 360 controller. So, yeah. So that's why I would do it like that. We're going this way. Okay. So in terms of doing that, until we can get our hands on that cloth and stuff to tape it to the mirror and stuff, we're keeping the desk oriented, whatever. We're keeping it facing this way, where you can see where you can basically see my bedroom as the background for the time being. But in fact, we'll once we've just parked here, I'll quickly show you on the big webcam what I mean. So, essentially, guys, oh god, what you're looking at here, that's sort of what you're going to be seeing in the background once it's completed. Oops, if I can get that back on there. So, yeah, that's the basic gist of it. Right, let's get ourselves to, where are we even going actually? I think we were going to Latvia. Otherwise I'm screwed, but I'm pretty sure we're going to Latvia. But yeah, so as you could obviously see, there's that massive cloth that's going to be draping over that mirror as such. Let's just check the map, make sure we are going in the right way. Yes, we are. Oh, it's right. Okay, so that's where we want to be at. Cool. And I'll just quickly show you the T range soon as we are stopped. Now, I don't know why, but for some reason, I think I've got mods conflicting, which has led to why the lower back bar of that hasn't been filled with marker lights yet, because for some reason, the marker lights that I should be able to select and put onto those two back bars, I'm not. For some reason, they're not coming up in the options menu. So all we've got is the reverse lights and some amber warning lights. And then obviously this is the front of the truck. Yeah, as you can see there. New light box, which I really like. Lights up as well with the Michelin dolls, or Michelin babies, whatever they're called, whatever people call them. But yeah, and this is the truck, which I really like. Anyways, moving on. Oh yeah, and I've also sorry, just itching my leg. I've also got a open pipe sound for the T-Range now, which is pretty cool. And then now I'm not actually no. I'll talk about that later, to be fair, because I don't want to give the game away too early. Basically what I'm going to be doing tonight is recording 2 episodes in one, if that makes sense, or like once I've done this episode, this will be uploaded, which is just an episode which will be of us in the T-Range going to Latvia, and then I'm going to do another video straight after this one, which will be of the other truck which I'm going to use, which is I think you guys will like. It's a bit noisier, but it's a bit different to what you'd probably be used to in an ETS2 game. But yeah, I think you'll like it. Anyways, I'm having to, yeah, like I said, I've written stuff down just to keep myself on track and remind myself of what I've done so far. Oh yeah, that was a massive thing as well. I'm glad I wrote that down now. I'm probably late to the party in announcing this, guys. I won't deny that. I'm usually fashionably late at most things, and I just completely totaled that guy. But one thing I found out literally about 3 or 4 days ago, which is technically 1 day after I'd found out it was going to be a thing, is ETS2. No, sorry. Yeah, so Truckers MP, or ETS2 MP as I call it, they've actually teamed up with ProMods now, and apparently ProMods is going to be a thing. Thank you very much. Apparently ProMods, the map mod, is going to be a thing on multiplayer now, which personally for me I think is it's just a really welcome addition in my eyes, simply because of obviously how big the server's getting with multiplayer. You know, being able to expand the map to the point where you're able to spread us out again to like places like Iceland, Greece, or I mean, if we look at the map here, if you're spreading us out all the way down to say Greece and Cyprus down here, Spain, that's going to be key for me because I'm going to be spending a lot of my time either in Spain or Italy. Or personally, I like the Scandinavia and Baltic region. Or if I'm feeling particularly brave, I might try and tackle Greenland, Iceland, one of the two. But yeah, I might tackle up north in that region as well. Oh damn it! But yeah, I'm personally really looking forward to it. And you know, they'll be out once they're out, but it makes me wonder, well, if Trucks MP is allowing mods like ProMods in, will they allow other mods in, such as Cecil's Megapack, Cecil. You guys know who I mean. But will they allow his like cabin accessories add-on mod pack in, or say RJL's Scania, stuff like that? Will they allow, you know, like certain more famous mods in, which, you know, are going to be stable as such? Because obviously, the thing is, ProMods has a whole team dedicated to it, so it's going to have the staff to troubleshoot these things as well. Whereas obviously independent modders probably won't, which is why ProMods has probably Trucks MP has probably said, yeah, all right, let's bring you into this, which I think is, you know, I'm pretty excited for it personally. But yeah, I'm just wondering if it gets enough momentum behind it, will it allow for other modders to potentially get in on the Truckers MP scene, providing. So, say if Truckers MP, they'll probably have certain criteria to allow mods onto their game, such as, like, you know, it has to have an active support system in work for, or sorry, in place for troubleshooting certain things, which, yeah, that's totally fair enough. In my eyes, I can see why Truckers MP would want that. But if they did, would they be open to that idea? You know, because if they were, that would, yeah, I would really be on board with that, and I'm hoping they would allow it. To be fair, because let's face it, all of us probably prefer having a bit more variation and variety when we're going on multiplayer. Not to say that the base game is bad or anything, but if the more options you have, the more unique you can be with your truck branding and stuff like that. In my personal opinion, anyways. Anyways, enough rambling about that. I'm just taking it slow and steady through these city streets because 34-ton payload isn't anything to sniff at. Also, I've made some alterations to the sound levels again, guys. So I appreciate I will probably be sounding either a lot quieter or a lot louder in comparison to the in-game sounds, if you will. So please let me know if I am too quiet or too loud for your liking. Another red light. I gotta say, like, I did just want to clear up as well, in my previous video, I'm not knocking SCS for the Renault Range T saying that their model was shit or anything like that, because it's not. It is actually very realistic and very good, take it from me. But someone who's driven this T Range in real life and actually lived in it and everything like that, I can't account for how shit of a truck it is from my bad experiences. So the fact that it's this realistic to the point where it is actually, you can tell it's sort of crappy with some of the other with some of its engine modifications. It does make me laugh, to be fair. But no, to be fair, when I'm driving it in game, you know, everyone will be like, well, why are you driving it in game if you think it's a shit truck? Well, because actually I'm not gonna have those actual issues in a game, truthfully. So yeah. Also, I'd just like to point out I've got performance metrics up on Streamlabs OBS at the minute, and so far no frame drops whatsoever. So at the minute I am putting it down to the fact that my graphics driver was potentially 8 months out of date. So yeah. I've just been playing some Ghost Recon Wildlands before that, and for some reason that was crashing every time I went into the loading menu and inventory, and even that itself has been fixed from updating this graphics driver. So yeah, gotta say I love like the Finland and Estonia and all these other countries on Pro Mods and SCS. To be fair, both have done a spectacular job at the scenery here. I mean, I know it is complemented by the fact that I've got the graphics mod installed in here as well, but yeah, I've got to say I'm really loving driving in this region at the minute, just because of how scenic it is, and it's just a change from the norm, as it were. I love that it's saying I can do 56 on a single carriageway here. You wouldn't get that in the UK, or well, many countries, to be fair. I find it funny, like how SCS is saying that it's a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit for you know, dual carriageway driving. I'm pretty sure that's not accurate. I could be wrong, but last time I checked, it wasn't anything to do with me. Oh god, oh god, oh god. It's coming in there a bit hot. So yeah. I've got to say, this T-Range does actually look quite mint on the insides. I've got it on the 2013 interior with the radio up there and stuff. But yeah, this I think hopefully once we get some more interior mods for it, where we get like a slot for the bunk bed, for the bunk. I was about to say bunk bed then. But once we get a couple of slots so that we can put like a bed on, or like a mattress or some sort of bed overlay on the bunk, like you can on some of the other trucks that I've got. Once we get a couple of more mods for the interior of the T-Range, I think I might actually change to the T-Range, because, you know, alright, it's probably a badly built truck mechanically, in my experience. I won't deny it, it is a very good looking truck. Arguably probably one of the best looking trucks on the exterior, and you know, on the interior that I've seen. Although the interior design, you know, don't get me wrong, you got all the buttons about and stuff, but again, like, I'm just being nitpicky, to be honest, because stuff like the Scania interior, the new gen Scania interior, and the Scania interior, to be fair, we've got that little coffee table section or whatever it is, and the rear overhead storage lockers where the top bunk would ordinarily be. I just think that's probably more my thing. I really like that about the Scanias. And additionally, to be fair, Volvo came out with it first when they brought out the new FH16, because they had a top bunk and some rear storage, rear overhead storage as well. So they did really well out of this space for the Volvo, I think. Anyways, what else is there? I do have a list of stuff I'm going to be getting, guys, for this gaming setup as well. Like, I know I'm coming back to it a bit, but like, even stuff like potentially getting a new chair, because the chair I've got at the minute is like the armrests are fixed in position, and I've seen a chair where the armrests fold up, and that then, I know you can't see it on the webcam, but this armrest here, because the steering wheel's in the way, this armrest here, although both of them are fixed, every time I try and bring my chair closer to the steering wheel, it hits against the gear stick module, which is super annoying. Whereas if I could just literally lift it up out of the way, I'll be laughing. Just drop a gear here. See if we can get some momentum going again. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, so I've got to say, even for a 520 engine right now, it's pretty powerful to be, you know, hauling a 34-ton payload, and albeit with 6 speeds. I know we're not on, you know, particularly stressful ground as such, or terrain. You know, we're not having a load of hills or mountains. We're not going through any of those like we would, say, in Norway or the Scandinavian regions. But at the same time, for 6-speed transmission as well, it's not doing too badly, actually. I'll be interested to see how it does. I'll be interested to see how it does in the once I got the Almar shifter on it and we've got a more realistic gearbox going on it. That fire engine's going to turn right, so we'll let him turn right. Sorry Volvo, I'm going. And I think as well, the fact that I've got this open pipe sound on the T-Range now, it just makes it sound so much more bearable. I know that sounds, you know, don't get me wrong, everyone's put sound mods out for T-Range because they think that it sounded horrible, and it does sound horrible. But the one thing I will say is SCS's sound so far, for the default sound, I think SCS have got it spot on. I can't really talk about how accurate an open pipe sound is for the truck because I've never heard an open pipe Renault before, or not an open pipe T-Range anyways. But yeah, that just sounds so good to me, to be honest. And I like the horn that the sound pack comes with as well. Just sounds so good. Right, I'm coming over, pal, so I'm just going to start inching my way in. You're going to try and push ahead. I'm not going to let you, and you're going to fall back. Because I will just push you onto the other side of the road like the big bully I am in this game. I've only actually ever had to do that once before in real life, and I was in a 7.5 tonner. I wasn't even in an Arctic, but yeah, it was like basically a zipper merge where you merge in one by one, which is a thing here in the UK. Hopefully it is in other places as well, because it's just like, I mean, in my eyes it's the correct thing to do. Yeah, some guy thought he would try and sneak ahead of me even though it was my turn to merge, and I ended up just pushing him into the opposing lanes. Didn't make contact or anything like that when I say push, but he just ended up looking like a dickhead on the other side of the road, and it's like, well, some people may say, well, no, you should have let him in if it was just the one, and I'm like, no. not really, because otherwise he would do it to the next person, the next person, the next person, thinking, just thinking he can be, sneaky and a bully like that, and just being cheeky about it. When, to be fair, he was in a Range Rover, and it was just like, I'm sure he would have done that to other smaller cars or other cars around him, but the fact that he was taking on a vehicle that was bigger than him, I reckon he would have. He just bit off more than he could chew with me, because I was determined not to let him in, to be quite frank. Because yeah, why should I? It's my turn to go in. Learn to wait your turn, essentially. Right, left here, don't we? Oh, that's flashing green, so I think it's going to change soon. Oh, and the lane merges into one anyway, so perfect. I've got to say, I do like the sound of this T-Range now with the open pipe mod installed in it. It just sounds so much better. It really does. I know I'm going on about it, but god damn. Obviously there's this pink ribbon event going on with SCS at the minute as well. I will do some stuff on that, whether I'll record it or stream it or whatever. I don't know, to be fair, guys. Obviously it's for a good cause, but like many things, I don't feel all that inclination to do something just because it's going for a certain good cause. I know I'm probably a grump like that as such. I'm being, one of those guys. Not that I mean to be, but it's like, yeah. If I'm not motivated to do it, I'm only going to do a half-assed job at it. I'm only going to do a half-assed job at it, and I don't see the point of doing a half-assed job at something that, essentially it's got no real negative outcome if I don't partake, So, yeah. Jesus Christ, apparently it's 8:30 in the evening, and it's still daytime. That's nuts. I think we're crossing the border here. Yep. I think this is from Estonia into Latvia. if I'm not mistaken. I would join in on the chat, guys, but when I checked out that it was a shit show, and I don't really want to get caught up with ranting kids playing 5M at the minute as such, because they're all just screaming and shouting over one another. Oh, don't pull out on me, dude. Christ. I'm having a mind blank all of a sudden. Sorry, I'm just checking off the list. Oh wow, didn't know there was a sleeping spot back there. Fair enough. Right, let's get up to... of course you would. And it's the police of all people. Dude. Holy crap, I've only just noticed that now. There's the coastline. Oh wow. That is actually magical. I like this road that we're on, jeez. It goes on forever. I am liking this road a lot. Is this a lay-by that we can pull into? Oh, holy shit, it is? No, not. No, it's not. Oh, that was a... No way, that was a sleeping area, so we'd go back into there and... Oh, holy shit, that's awesome. Oh god, crossing over the line there, don't want that. Oh, we can sleep... That's a lay-by, which we can sleep in. And then obviously you got the petrol station on the left there, which you can sleep in as well. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I hate that, because I don't know why, but in certain parts of the Pro Mods map as well, the traffic AI is just ridiculous. They're crashing into each other and everything. And they do also tend to leave their junctions a bit late when they're pulling out as such. Right, let's get back up to speed here again. But yeah, no, I think it'll be pretty cool once we've got the track cat going as well, because then I think we'll near enough be set. But I don't know, it's just like, I think one of the things that I really want to get done is actually just have that cloth there. I'm probably gonna get something like my YouTube logo done onto it, just because I think that would actually look pretty cool. To have that as like a background for if I do any further streams where it's like, you know, you've got me in the corner of your screen like you do now, or stuff like that. I'm tempted to see if I can either try and find a spot for this webcam, or if I need to purchase another webcam just as a way of setting up as a more or as a better wheel cam as such, because I know some people enjoy seeing the wheel cam as well on the videos. So that'll be one thing I will do. Why is... Oh. I was going to say, the traffic is near enough all gone all of a sudden. That'll be, again, the traffic mod, which I've got installed. That also may be an issue why why traffic is crashing a lot. And then we've got an ambulance and a police car joining in here. But yeah, I'm tempted to see actually how heavy this Renault will pull now. See if I can get a heavy load done from Norway as such, or from somewhere like that. Oh, I like Jesus Christ. I love the fact that the trailer just follows me around here. It's brilliant. Whereas in ATS, you're just constantly having to take as wide a turn as you possibly can. And that's another thing actually with the SKRS shifter, to have that full functionality of all the 18-speed gearbox. Oh, that will be nice actually. Hopefully going to get some streaming done with Red Hill at some point again, because I know Red Hill was quite keen to do that. We still want to finish that long haul job that we were going to try on one of our streams, but unfortunately that video lasted 4 hours long, and I was just like, oh, what the hell. I genuinely was knackered by the end of that. That's the first time where I've been as exhausted as I was on a stream. Oh Jesus, we're running out of fuel. Uh-oh. But that's been the one time where I've actually been as exhausted as I was on a stream for ATS. It was nuts. Right, I will. Yeah, I'll hang a left at the next roundabout. And hopefully we'll be able to U-turn into that. Ooh, someone's not had a good day. And hopefully we'll be able to U-turn into the petrol station there. How many more miles have we got on the thing? Oh wow, we would. Oh god, we would be pushing that close. We got 133 miles, 32 miles left on our range. We got 131 on our delivery range. So yeah. It sort of marries up. Yeah. The one thing I will say is I haven't so far seen any other T ranges in the traffic in ETS2. I'm not sure if this is for an issue for everyone or if it's just me. Like I say, I'm probably going to be cleaning up my ETS2 mods folder at some point, potentially creating a completely new game from scratch, just with like the mods I use the most, because over time obviously I've used mods which you know, have gotten outdated and I've never really removed them. I've just you know, disabled them as such. So yeah. That one. I gotta say that it's a good looking truck. Even on the interior. Right. So we are sorted now for another 941 miles. Ooh, that's a roll ride. All clear. Gonna have to take the centre lane here, just to avoid that bollard. There is a simplicity to just drive with a 6-speed, but I'm gonna look forward to using the Almar shifter. I think it's just gonna be like I'm gonna have to think a lot more about my gears and where I am on the road when I'm doing this. I like that open pipe sound. That is crazy actually how good that sounds. Oh, no, we don't want that. I thought this was turning into a dual carriageway. Nope. Oh man, I'm knackered. Don't know why, I just woke up, I had a really good sleep, but I've just spent the whole of this day just being tired. Not a clue why either. Nothing coming from the left. Stay there, Willy Butts. God, we took that turn way too quick. Sounds like there's a bloody party going on in the channel. Oh God. Make that turn. There's a truck way off in the distance up there. I'm enjoying this now because Streamlabs is honestly it's holding a solid 60 FPS, which is good. That's how it should be. It's definitely how it should be. So yeah, maybe it's just an updated graphics driver. Well, I'm starting to come to the conclusion it had to be, from how well it's running. Like, every time I've looked over the performance metrics, it's literally 60.00 FPS, and it has not budged an inch. Whereas before, at one point it was dipping 57.87 or 58 point something. It wasn't going below 54, 55 FPS. The previous attempt. But what I found as well is that with every time like I was activating to have the webcam in the corner on Streamlabs, that's when my frames would really take a hit, and Streamlabs would drop my frames per second to like 12 FPS and stuff, and the game was just looking shoddy, and I'm thinking, what is causing this? Because initially I didn't realise it was the webcam activation, and then now it's obviously I've restarted my computer, done all that jazz, and yeah, it's running it's running golden now. So yeah, just needed to do a couple of things, give it some love and affection and some TLC, and yeah, we are back in business and doing better than ever. which is good. So we're almost at our destination now, guys. 45 minutes away, game time, which isn't going to be long here. Probably within the next 5 minutes before I say we've got the load tipped. And then yeah. So what I'll do is I'll do the next episode, which is going to be with the new truck, and then I will probably look at the mod situation with the ETS2 and start filtering those out. Depending on how it goes or how complicated it gets, I may just start weeding mods out before implementing other ones in. Like, this is the thing with the Steam Workshop mods, I'm not bothered about those, because those will literally just update themselves, so it's like brilliant. But it's the ones which are the mods that I'm dropping into my documents folder that I'm having to keep an eye on, because obviously I need to make sure that those stay up to date. So that's why I'm yeah. That's why I'm trying to, if I'm doing my mods, I'm trying to make sure that a majority of it is Steam Workshop mods. Even my Scania RJL mod, it's Steam Workshop. Fleming V's BDM tandem mod, Steam Workshop. All that sort of stuff is all Steam Workshop mods, guys. a wide berth here as we come around. Keep the trailer off of the dotted white line if we can. Help it. Oh, is this our... yeah, this is our turning. Shucks. So we want to make sure that the trailer doesn't hit the railings here, which I'm a little bit concerned about right now. Right, staying true to form. And this is where we're going to park it apparently. Okay. I should have just swung round that way. Oh well. Right. And my chair's fallen apart already. Brilliant. Oh. Come on. I'll get in time. I'm sort of serpentining this thing in. Just snaking it in easily. There we go. That'll do us. Lights off, amber's off, engine off. Okay, let's hit T. And that is us done there, guys. Right. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Appreciate it was fairly brief, guys, but with any luck now, when I get this new truck in, it's not going to be, hopefully, it's not going to be the source of the frame drop. So stay tuned and find out in the next episode, guys. Take it easy.